Gab done fucked up. So for those that don't know, Gab is an alternative to Twitter that claims to be pro-free speech. It claims you can go on and make any hot take you want free of consequence. And a site like this is no stranger to controversy. They lost their server hosting more than once and was outright pressured to remove certain tweets due to media gang-ups. And they also removed things like lolly porn and shota porn just because, that didn't exactly make the optics any better. Still, they tried their best to stick to the free speech ideals. Until recently, because Gab, for some unknown reason, decided to stamp down on 18+ and pornographic content on their site, and anybody that questioned it got attacked by the site owner on Twitter, who spouted some downright brainless takes.
Kids can't walk into a store and buy cigarettes, they can't buy beer, they can't even vote, yet a 9-year-old with an iPad can constantly and freely access all manner of absolute degeneracy and debauchery on porn sites. We wonder why an entire generation is a mess.
Shut your fucking mouth! Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
Now obviously a website can decide what content it wants on their platform, but for a platform that swears up and down that you can do what you want, arbitrarily deciding that Opie and vajayjay is bad isn't really great optics, and getting into internet fights for people saying it wasn't a good idea only makes it look worse. Why did Gab do this? Well, recently there has been an anti-porn push riding off the back of a website called yourbrainonporn.com, which has released studies that claim pornographic material negatively impacts mental health. It claims that emotional development is stunted, and the obsession with pornography and sex is responsible for skyrocketing mental health issues among the population. Personally, I think it's just some fear-mongering bullshit you always hear about things puritanical douchebags don't like. It objectifies women, it's bad for you, it'll drive you insane and turn you into a fat dweeb that cries at Star Wars trailers. Basically, it's the new root of all evil issue, so people can be exploited by two-faced assholes hoping to take control and make a quick buck. Cause Gab blatantly doesn't actually believe porn is evil. You wanna know why? They outright admit it was an attempt at controversy marketing. Hey, here's a piece of advice. If you want to market a product or service through controversy, then don't fucking admit that's what you're doing, you brainless retard. But the most surprising thing about the whole issue is seeing a disturbing amount of people not only support Gab's decision, but outright praise it.
You're a fucking idiot.
Now clearly not everybody is comfortable with sexual explicit material, and I completely understand this. Some people may have been raised in a very religious environment and see the practice as disgusting, or maybe you just believe sex is a sacred thing that should be private among two people that care about each other. Once again, I completely get it, but attacking people for calling out Gab's hypocrisy kinda makes you look like a cunt. Now, there are blatant trolls just going along with it for fun, which is all well and good, gets those chuckles and those yucks in, but more than a few seem like they actually really think what Gab did was okay, and all I can really say is that you're falling into the same pit trap that sanitized corporate internet did. This is deplorable and wrong, therefore it is not free speech and must be purged. The main argument they use against the pornographic content is that it's not expression, it's just sex, but that's a very dangerous mindset to get into. Just because it doesn't have a political message or an attempt at entertainment beyond sexually stimulating the audience doesn't make it not a form of expression, and that idea is so vague that it could really apply to more than just porn. Would children's cartoons no longer be covered under free speech since they typically don't have a form of expression beyond entertaining children? What about meme videos? Some can have a point or political message, but most are really just brain dead fun. And what actually constitutes as pornography? I mean, yeah, obviously you have blatantly explicit material. What about movies or games with graphic sex scenes? Is Witcher all of a sudden pornography? My favorite series of all time has sexually explicit scenes, including a rape scene that you see from start to finish. Is Berserk pornography for including these, despite being played off for horror and not at all sexual stimulation? Of course not. Yes, there are people that get addicted to pornography. It's an action that gives somebody pleasure. By its very nature, it is addictive, because people can get addicted to literally anything. The human brain is fucking stupid. There are people addicted to smoking, gambling, drinking, narcotics. Hell, there are people addicted to minor things like eating fucking ice pops. The key is not to have some authority figure come in and slap your hand because you can't stop yourself. It's about being enough of a mature adult to moderate your own behavior. And to the people saying shit like Coomers beat the fuck out, yeah, sure, you're the only people on the planet that don't fap. You totes don't jerk it, but pretend like you don't so you can LARP as some overly moralistic suit and tie asshat from the 70s.
Fuck you! I ain't having that shit!
The worst part of this retardation is the fact that there is a solution that would have made everybody happy on all sides, an 18+ filter. Users that did not wish to see pornographic content could turn on the filter so that the images or videos are censored. Nobody would have complained if that was the game plan, because yeah, there are some people that are horny idiots and are obnoxious about spamming porn everywhere or spamming some downright creepy fetish shit.
Their numbers know no end, brother! Brother? Avenge me, brother! Brother, avenge me!
I completely understand why some people would not want to see it, but I really don't get why they didn't just go with the filter beyond they wanted to somehow distinguish themselves by being right-wing and against pornography, because yeah, that's a lot of fun. Now, I have a Gab account, but I literally never use it, because the site really just isn't that good. It's still really clunky because they spend all their time bragging about how much better than Twitter they are, instead of making their mobile app functional, something that would really help popularize the site. They waste their time doing shit like this, and the whole environment they built just really isn't fun. It's basically Poll if they made a website. Some people could absolutely love it, some people do absolutely love it, but not everything needs to revolve around end-of-the-world hysteria and black-pilled nonsense. It's a massive circle jerk of hipsters using it so they can brag about how they don't use Twitter, or the politically obnoxious that shove their opinions down everybody's throats. The way you make a successful website is to make it fun. Give people a reason to come over. Gab doesn't do that. It just advertises itself as a place you can go to if Twitter bans you. So you're stuck with a bunch of mouth-breathing assholes that think they're satirical geniuses for puking out the same "Hitler was a good guy and Jews rule the world" posts 24/7. Sure, edgy jokes are fun, but the reason they work is because they aren't the majority. You need level-headed people along with edgy boys to make a website work. Also, stop fucking LARPing as a revolutionary. You shitpost on the internet, you're not that important. That's all I can say about Gab's porn ban. It's an attempt to kick up controversy to get into media headlines. Though I'm sure the end result of all this is not going to be in their favor, because when artists hear that they can't draw what they want on their site, they'll leave it or avoid it like the plague, kind of like what they did to Tumblr. So you're sectioning off potential users that could bring in traffic because you want to feel superior to everybody. Yeah, good luck with that. But until next time, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys.